Part 96. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 961. Nanyan Demon Continent, including the Silver Moon Demon Lord, has a total of 6 Demon Lord level beings. They are the rulers of Nanyan Demon Continent, and they are also the absolute supreme emperors among all kinds of demons. Xuanhuan went out to learn more about it before, so he is more clear now. Taiwan Novel Network rightward arrow. He quickly said, Silver Moon Demon Lord is the ruler of the ape clan. He is the weaker of the 6 demon lords. However, basically all ape demons regard him as the emperor. Then there is the Demon Bone Demon Lord who appeared before. He is an ancient demon bone monster. He is very special. He belongs to a special type of demon outside the 5 insects, such as rock monsters, dirt monsters, and resentment monsters. These monsters are all headed by the Demon Bone Demon Lord. The power of the Demon Bone Demon Lord is the second to last in Nanyan Demon Continent. The 5 insects he mentioned refer to feather insects, hairy insects, shelled insects, scaled insects, and wing insects. Feather insects are birds, hairy insects are beasts, shelled insects are insects, scaled insects are fish and other aquatic creatures, and worms are human beings. Demon bones, dirt, rocks, etc. are dead things outside the 5 insects. Of course, trees are also outside the 5 insects, but because there are too many flowers, plants, and trees that have become monsters, they are separated from these special types. In this Nanyan monster continent, there is an extremely ancient monster tree called the Thousand Eyes Monster Tree. It is very powerful. The monsters of flowers, plants, trees, and monsters in the entire Nanyan monster continent are dominated by the Thousand Eyes Monster Tree. For example, the Namayun Monster Tree is the monster under the Thousand Eyes Monster Tree. The Thousand Eyes Monster Tree is honored as the Thousand Eyes Monster Lord. It is said that like me, it is good at illusion magic. Once you are deceived by its eyes, you will never get out of it in your life. The 4th one is called, Black Gold Ant Queen. She is a black gold ant that has become a monster. She is the supreme of all insect monsters in Nanyan Monster Continent. The number of insect monsters is the largest and the most bizarre, especially the Black Gold Ant Queen. There are countless black gold ant monsters supporting her. She is known as the Heaven and Earth, and eats everything. The Black Front Monster King respects the Black Gold Ant Queen. The first one is the King of Birds, a demon called the Immortal 9-headed bird. In fact, it is said that it has the blood of the phoenix, but it is extremely fierce and not as holy as the phoenix. It is also classified as a demon. It has 9 heads and is also a woman. The birds in Nanyan Monster Continent all regard her as the supreme. The last one is the King of Beasts. You are somewhat familiar with it. You have seen the 3 gods Kunwu and the black god Kunwu before. They are both lions. This King of Beasts is more noble than their blood. It is rare to see the 8 gods Kunwu in 100,000 years. It has 8 lion heads and is very majestic. As for strength, the demon lords are actually not far apart. It is hard to tell who is the strongest in Nanyan Monster Continent, and each of them has their own strengths. Xuanhuan introduced the 6 demon lords to Wu Yu at the fastest speed. Of course, Wu Yu also learned a little about them, but he didn't know them. He inquired so much in detail. Silver Moon Demon Lord, the King of Apes. Although he is a beast, he is independent from the 8 gods Kunwu. Demon Bone Demon Lord, the King of Special Things, all kinds of weirdness. Thousand Eyes Demon Lord, the King of Tree Demons. Black Gold Ant Queen, the King of Insect Demons. Undead Demon Lord, the King of Bird Demons. 8 gods Kunwu, known as Kunwu Demon Lord, the King of Beast Demons, must be a little stronger than Silver Moon Demon Lord. In the words of the Phoenix Lord, people realized that all 6 demon lords had arrived today. At this time, the Silver Moon Demon Lord retreated to the bottom of the lake, and he didn't need to show up again. At this time, he looked like he had a dead heart. When they arrived in the ancient demon lake, the 7 ape kings were all healing. The injury of the Silver Moon Demon Lord was not too serious, but he was still a little silent, as if what happened here had nothing to do with him. In fact, when Nanshan Wanjiao introduced it, a figure suddenly flew out from the ancient demon lake and suddenly appeared in the sky. Under the Phoenix Lord, in the blink of an eye, 5 figures had already arrived. When seeing these 5 figures, many demons present could not help but surrender at this time, and greeted these 5 demon lords with a reverent attitude. For a time, shouts shook the sky. After Wu Yu had seen the Yanhuang ancient emperor and the Phoenix Lord, he looked at these 5 demon lords and his mentality had long been much calmer. He glanced over and saw that the 5 demon lords were all human-shaped, so this was not their true appearance, but Wu Yu could see their true bodies with his fiery eyes. The Demon Bone Demon Lord was a young man wearing a black robe and a white face at this time. He was a little weird, with black lips and eyes. Wu Yu saw that his true body was a huge and boundless black skeleton, almost as huge as half of the ancient demon god, with complete bones and many spikes, all of which were killing weapons. The thousand-eyed demon lord was also a young man wearing a green robe. Wu Yu didn't dare to look at his face, it was too scary. There were several eyes on it, and its body was a giant tree, which really had thousands of eyes. If you look at it for a second, you'll feel like you're going to be sucked in. The Black Gold Ant Queen was a woman in a black robe, covered in a blanket, and couldn't be seen clearly. Her body was a black, metal ant, and it was a huge, fat queen. It looked like she could change into another form, so her belly would shrink a lot. The Undead Demon Lord was a woman with flying red hair, very gorgeous, but also very fierce. Her temperament was a bit similar to that of the Phoenix Lord, but she was less majestic and noble, and more fierce. Her body was a big, fiery red bird, and it really had 9 heads, all bathed in flames. The Demon Lord Kunwu is a blonde strong man, shirtless, and with a mane. Wu Yu has seen the true form of the 3 gods Kunwu, but it is incomparable to the 8 gods Kunwu. It is the most basic thing to have 5 more heads. Its size, majesty, momentum, and bloodline are simply not on the same level, and the black god Kunwu is far behind. To be honest, these 5 demon lords all stand out more than the Silver Moon Demon Lord. Of course, because the Silver Moon Demon Lord has the help of 6 brothers, he is not weak at all in a real fight. These demon lords also have subordinates, but there are no the 7 ape kings cooperate so perfectly. At this time, the 6 demon lords all appeared, and people were very curious about what the Phoenix Lord wanted to do. Do you want to monopolize the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion? She wants to occupy the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion alone. It depends on whether the demon masters agree or not. So many demon lords are here, but we, Nanyan Demon Continent, have never been so united. This Phoenix Lord is indeed powerful, but if you want to monopolize the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion, you'd better get out. This is our Nanyan Demon Continent's treasure, and it is not the turn of outsiders. The demons had a heated discussion. In the sky above, the demon lords were complimenting the Phoenix Lord. Seeing the blonde strong man, Demon Lord Kunwu said to Huangzun, "Huangzun, we have just seen your strength, it really opened our eyes. Huangzun discovered us, we are no exception, but we all when we come out, we want to ask Lord Huang, do you have any orders?" Demon Lord Kunwu, simply and directly, asked the other party directly what is the real purpose of establishing authority here today. Our time is limited, and we don't have time to chat with you here. Whatever you want to do, let's just do it. Forget it, I'd better put my words up front. This Tian Demon Emperor's mansion belongs to our Nanyan Demon Continent. If we break in, everyone enters based on their own ability, but no one outside of Nanyan Demon Continent has the right to get even a hint of it, let alone want to monopolize it. If that's the case, Don't blame us for uniting first. The immortal nine-headed bird was very aggressive and of course very direct. Before Huangzun could answer, she said a little impatiently. The demons saw it, and this was truly a rare drama in the entire history of Nanyan Demon Continent. These 5 demon lords actually want to unite at this time. However, they are usually in a competitive relationship. If they enter the heavenly demon emperor's mansion this time, the competition may become fierce. The feeling in my heart at this time can only be described as thrilling. Before Huangzun responded, Wu Yu glanced at Nangongwei a few more times and saw that she looked excited and full of confidence in Huangzun. It even feels like a bit of adoration. When the demon lords all had deep eyes and were full of vigilance, Huangzun smiled slightly and said, "Since everyone is so direct, I don't want to beat around the bush. To be honest, I don't want to monopolize this heavenly demon emperor's mansion. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, the heavenly demon emperor's mansion is just a good bonus. If we don't say monopoly, we can't even divide it. It won't be your share," the black gold ant queen said. At this time, the demon lords were very united and jointly opposed. Huangzun smiled faintly and glanced at everyone. When everyone was a little nervous, she said, "I am not here mainly for the heavenly demon emperor's mansion today. I have a more important purpose. In fact, I am here to meet all the demon masters, as well as the demon kings. The strongest demons in the entire Nanyan demon continent are gathered here, so I will get straight to the point. Everyone, please listen." Speaking of this, her tone was very calm. After raising everyone's interest, she said, "The reason I came here today is to discuss with you. I want to unite the demons in the entire Nanyan demon continent to establish a network that covers the entire Nanyan demon continent, the huge demon empire of demon continent, a demon cultivating empire that is no worse than the demon empire of Yanhuang ancient region. Establish our national border in Nanyan demon continent, and from now on we will work together to make our clan more glorious in this Yanfa world. More powerful, frightening all the sea monsters around us, as well as the cultivators in the Yanhuang ancient territory. And I, the Eternal Phoenix, am the royal family of this huge monster empire. I have even thought of the name of this country, Shi. It's called Nanhuang Empire." Huangzun was very smooth and finished this sentence. After finishing speaking, she looked at all the demons with a smile on her face, as if there was no fluctuation at all. It was as if what she said was not a major decision, but something commonplace. As for the listeners, there was a dead silence at this time. Everyone was stunned, or seemed to have heard wrongly, and they were all confused. Wu Yu took a deep breath, and he understood her purpose. Her declaration was actually extremely overbearing. This means that she will take all the demon lords and demon kings under her command and establish an empire belonging to her immortal phoenix. In the future, the throne will definitely be passed to Nangongwei, who is also the immortal phoenix. Moreover, even the name of the country is based on the immortal phoenix, the Southern Phoenix Empire. Heaven-swallowing record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 962. Nanyan Demon Continent is not in the circle of Yanhuang ancient domain. It seems to have been occupied by demons since ancient times, and the forces have always been chaotic. For countless years, demons from all sides have fought for supremacy, ups and downs, and no one has ever unified Nanyan Demon Continent and established a demon cultivation empire belonging to demons. Perhaps the demon lords have had such an idea, but no one has ever had such ability, because the existence of a real country must make the entire Nanyan Demon Continent convinced and all demon lords convinced. In other words, in Nanyan Demon Continent, it is wishful thinking for anyone to unify the demons. So much so that even the weakest demons, when hearing what Huangzun said, sneered in their hearts and mocked, fantasy. In fact, the most crucial point is that no matter how strong Huangzun is, she is still an outsider at this time. It is difficult for an outsider to convince everyone by relying on power. Her request is too overbearing. It is equivalent to occupying the Nanyan demon continent and establishing her own demon empire. Let all demons obey her, obviously all demons will oppose it. Wu Yu analyzed. At this time, the demon lords and demon kings who can make the decision looked at each other. They laughed as if they heard the funniest joke, and they couldn't close their mouths. After a long time, the Thousand Eyes demon lord said, "Huangzun, I know you are very interested, but don't make such boring jokes with us. It's better to be honest and tell us the real purpose." "I didn't expect Huangzun to be a humorous person," the demon bone demon lord laughed. The demons looked at Huangzun with a smile. They united to see Huangzun's angry look. However, Huangzun was not angry at all. She said calmly, "What I said is my real purpose. I know you all don't believe it, but it doesn't matter. When I defeat all of you demon lords, you can consider what I said. If you don't obey, I may have to send you demon lords to the west. After all, to build a huge country, you always have to shed blood." Huangzun said it easily, but what he said would undoubtedly cause an explosion. Her meaning was very clear. She was serious. First, she took all the demons to the sword. She wanted to use her strength to suppress all the demon lords. If any demon lord was really disobedient and really wanted to rebel, then she would not mind sending him to the west. Here, she has stated that she will definitely use the most iron-blooded means. After this sentence was spoken, the atmosphere was completely different. Because Huangzun was not polite at all, just like challenging the 7 ape kings, this time it was equivalent to issuing a declaration of war to all the demon lords. Moreover, the meaning should be to fight alone against the heroes. At this time, the smiles on the faces of the demons froze again. At this moment, it seemed that many small demons had difficulty breathing. They could all hear the provocation of Huangzun. Before today, no one had ever thought that the demon lords in Nanyan demon continent, who were as hostile as fire and water, had constant conflicts and hatreds with each other, and today they actually had the possibility of joining forces to deal with an existence that wanted to establish her own demon cultivation empire in Nanyan demon continent. Such a thing, the demons dared not even dream of it. However, the demon lords expected from the beginning that they might fight with the other party. They just didn't expect that the other party's purpose of fighting with them was several levels higher than they imagined. When Huangzun said this, the demon lords knew in their hearts that any more words at this time would increase Huangzun's capital and prestige. The best way at this time is to defeat Huangzun, let him go, or even kill him. At their current level, they saw the battle between Huangzun and the 7 ape kings very clearly and knew Huangzun's strength. Therefore, Wu Yu estimated that they would not take risks, but would choose to attack together. The Silver Moon Demon Lord had almost recovered at this time, but he did not seem to have the intention to attack and did not join the team of the Demon Lords. The other Demon Lords looked back at him a few times, and the meaning was very clear, but the Silver Moon Demon Lord seemed to pretend not to see it, which made the Demon Lords a little angry and rejected the Silver Moon Demon Lord. Cowardly as a mouse, Kunwu Demon Lord sneered, then looked at the other Demon Lords, and then rose into the sky and approached Huangzun. "You really don't take us seriously. If so, don't blame us for being rude. Huangzun, you don't respect us, and we don't welcome you in Nanyan Demon Continent. So, get out. You have offended too many people, so don't blame us for joining forces to send you away." The Demon Lords didn't say much, just looking for some reasons for their cooperation. Although they knew that Huangzun was powerful, they still cared about their face, fearing that the little demons would think that they were bullying the few with their numbers. Now, although the little demons were clever, the clever ones went directly to hide deeper in the ancient demon lake, almost hiding near the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. This was almost the most magnificent battle in Nanyan demon continent in tens of thousands of years. Fighting with two hands was like a demon god to the little demons. They were extremely nervous. Under the stimulation, None of them dared to say much, but only dared to stare with eyes wide open. Even many demon kings fell silent at this time and hid far away to prevent being affected by this earth-shaking battle. Nangongwei also went a little further away, but she was particularly excited now. She changed into a human form and clenched her fists. Although she was nervous, she was full of confidence. Some demons questioned why the Silver Moon Demon Lord did not go up. After all, at this time, the other party wanted to occupy Nanyan Demon Continent, and all demon lords should have risen up to resist. But no matter how others questioned it, the Silver Moon Demon Lord and even the Seven Apes King remained indifferent for the time being. At this time, Demon Lord Xuanhuan, Immortal Demon Lord, Black Gold Ant Queen, Thousand-Eyed Demon Lord and Demon Bone Demon Lord had already appeared around the Phoenix Lord, surrounding him. A battle that had rarely been seen in tens of thousands of years began immediately. About to explode. "What do you think?" Nanshan Wanjiao asked Wu Yu. Wu Yu squinted his eyes and said, "It may be a tough battle, but I guess the winner will be Huangzun." Yezixi said in surprise, "Isn't it possible? Aren't these 5 demon lords very powerful just now? How did you see that?" Wu Yu said, "There is no basis, just relying on intuition." After all, Huangzun came prepared. In fact, she must have been sure to establish the Nanhuang Empire today before she appeared in public. She was in the dark, facing the demon lords. We have some grasp of the situation, but the demon masters don't know anything about it. This Phoenix Lord is very strange. It seems that the entire world of Yanfu has never heard of its origin. How could such a powerful existence appear out of thin air? After hearing this, Yezixi felt that what Wu Yu said was reasonable. Although it seems unbelievable that Phoenix Lord wants to crush all the demon lords, from Phoenix Lord's point of view, if she is not sure, will she come? Just as Wu Yu estimated, they, as mortals, could not understand this battle that was expected to shock the world of Jambu. It should be that no details could be seen, and as soon as they started to kill, they rushed above the clouds and fought in the endless airspace. It was even more unclear. There was only endless light shining in the clouds, and then, there are all kinds of earth-shattering sounds. Boom! Above the clouds, golden light penetrated the earth, making the entire Nanyan demon continent shine a lot. For a moment, the demons were suppressed by the terrifying majesty, and even Wu Yu felt like he couldn't breathe. Wu Yu's fiery eyes penetrated the clouds and mist. At this time, he saw that the 8 gods Kunwu had transformed into his true form. The 8-headed lion was indeed extremely powerful and domineering. He was definitely the well-deserved overlord among the beasts of Nanyan demon continent. Immediately afterwards, the extremely huge black skeleton, standing tall on the sky and the ground, grew in countless thick smoke, and half of the sky was filled with black smoke. A towering ancient tree took root in the clouds. Its roots spread. The trunk and crown rushed up to the starry sky. Thousands of eyes suddenly opened. For a moment, Wu Yu could only quickly move away his fiery eyes. No one could confront the thousand-eyed demon lord. Look at it, maybe even he himself will lose his mind if he looks at it a few more times. Vaguely, Wu Yu also saw countless groups of black gold demon ants, hundreds of millions of them, scattered above the clouds and the starry sky. These black gold demon ants were like rivers in the sky, flowing roaringly. In fact, these were all black gold. The Ant Queen's thing is equivalent to a clone, not her demon subordinates. Facing the Phoenix Lord, there is a fiery red bird that is much larger than the Phoenix Lord. This big bird is somewhat similar to the Phoenix immortal beast, but it is fierce and domineering, more like a killer. The 9 slender birds, the eyes on his head were extremely sharp, and they were breathing flames, looking at Huangzun fiercely. "Everyone, take action." Hearing the sharp scream of the immortal 9-headed bird, suddenly, they started to attack at the same time, using various magical powers to engulf the sky for a while. The demons were stunned and speechless. Now they looked up and saw the sky in their sight. Everything has been covered by various lights. This is why the battlefield is far enough away from here. Tear. But the sharp chirping of birds and the roar of beasts seemed to be ringing in their ears. Even if some demons hid next to the heavenly demon emperor's mansion, they were in agony and could only hide deeper. Although the battlefield is far away from here, Wu Yu himself has a feeling that the end of the world is coming. The world is really turned upside down, the world is in turmoil, and the world is shattered. Is this the battle between the strongest in the world of Jambu? Under this situation, Wu Yu automatically regarded the ancient emperor Yanhuang as a god and no longer at the level of a mortal. Brothers, it's the Chinese New Year, but the madman is still insisting on coding after reading the update. Go to Chenghua.com to vote for the madman. Currently in 9th place, 3,000 votes away from Wan Jiao, who is in 8th place. The gap is quite large, it depends on everyone's hard work. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 963. The battle between the ancient Emperor Yanhuang and the ancient demon god had long surpassed the level of ordinary people. Wu Yu saw it at that time, which was simple and rough, and it was done in an instant. But Wu Yu understood that the realm of that battle at that time was definitely higher than the one that was going on now. However, except for that battle, the one in front of him was very close and surpassed the battles Wu Yu had seen. The 5 demon lords were all great figures, and the Phoenix Lord was even more so. He fought 1 against 5, and his divine power alone had surpassed all things in the world. Only a few people could see a little bit of the situation. Wu Yu was one of them. He used his fire eyes and golden pupils to see it dazzled. Watching this level of battle also played an important role in the growth of Wu Yu's own realm. However, Wu Yu is now at the 5th level of the Yuanshen realm. The realm of the demon lords is too high for Wu Yu, so it is too difficult to understand, ponder, and comprehend. Looking at the other demon kings, they all subconsciously hid down at this time, probably because they couldn't understand it. This battle, as Wu Yu expected, was obviously a tough one. Wu Yu estimated that Huang Zun could win the battle, but the process was indeed very thrilling. So far, Wu Yu could not see who had the upper hand. Fortunately, they all have a sense of public morality and fought on the cloud, otherwise, this ancient demon lake would be destroyed. Nanshan Wanjiao murmured. As long as you have a good mentality and courage, as long as you look up, it is a rare spectacle in tens of thousands of years. It is still good to watch it as a pastime. However, this battle involves the future of Nanyan demon continent and is related to the orders of every demon, so the demons are very nervous and cannot watch this battle calmly. Faintly, you can hear them comforting themselves. Don't worry, the 5 demon lords attacking at the same time is enough to give face to the Phoenix Lord. It won't take long before the Phoenix Lord will be in a mess. It's ridiculous to want to occupy the Nanyan demon continent. I think the Phoenix Lord can't hold on any longer. I don't think I've seen him take action. Although he said so, Wu Yu could still hear the trembling in his words. He glanced at the Silver Moon Demon Lord, and saw that the Silver Moon Demon Lord looked up solemnly with a complicated look in his eyes. When will this battle end and come to a conclusion? It seems that no one can be sure, perhaps only the demon lords on the battlefield or the Phoenix Lord know the answer. Wu Yu saw Nangongwei again. She was hiding far away, but she was content at this time, with joy in her eyes. Maybe it's almost over. Seeing her expression, Wu Yu said. So far, it has lasted for half an hour. The half-hour battle has blurred the eyes of the demons and their ears have been shaken so that they can't hear the sound clearly. At this time, the little demons were all holding on. The sky was completely engulfed by all kinds of light. Now even Wu Yu could not see any movement. It felt like a hole had been punched in the sky, sucking all these top powerhouses in. However, suddenly, the sound stopped and it became dead silent. The clouds in the sky gradually dimmed until white clouds appeared at last. When all these disappeared, the sky seemed to have returned to its pre-battle state, without holes or anything else. Everything suddenly became peaceful, as if everything had disappeared. When the demons saw that there was no movement, some of the brave ones dared to go up from the bottom of the lake. The demon kings also poked their heads out of the lake and looked up at the sky. Now this silent situation was really confusing. Wu Yu could see clearly at this time through his fire eyes. But what surprised him was why they suddenly stopped fighting. What he saw was that the 5 demon lords had returned to human form. They stood side by side in front of the Phoenix Lord, and the Phoenix Lord also turned into human form and faced them. Huangzun, you are really powerful, although we joined forces, we lost unjustly. Thank you for not killing me suddenly. People heard the voice of Kunwu Demon Lord. The voice was very difficult, and seemed a little desperate, full of depression, and a little awe. With Huangzun's strength, he can definitely be ranked in the top 3 in the world of Yanfu. I don't know why I haven't heard of Huangzun before. The voice of the undead demon lord also came out. These 2 sentences definitely caused a commotion among hundreds of thousands of demons. Most of the demons have heard it clearly, but people are unwilling to believe that what Kunwu Demon Lord said is the truth. Loss, grace of not killing, these words, all explain the real situation of the battle. How could she lose? Kunwu Demon Lord said it himself, I heard it clearly. It must be correct. But who is willing to believe that the 5 demon lords joined forces? How could they be defeated? How could this Phoenix Lord be so strong? The immortal demon lord said that she could rank in the top 3 in the world of Yamafu, and the first one must be the ancient Emperor Yanhuang. If she is really at this level, it makes sense to defeat the demon lords. There are still many demons who understand. Although they can't believe it in their hearts, no one can deny that the power of this immortal phoenix is unprecedented. Today's battle can definitely be written into the history of the world of Yamafu. It will leave a strong mark in history. The demons were looking forward to it. In their eyes, the 6 above finally came down and appeared above their heads. Sure enough, it could be seen that the 5 demon lords were a little pale at this time, and their bodies looked very weak. From the dialogue, it seems that Huangzun had a chance to kill them, but just spared their lives. This chapter is not over, please click on the next page to continue reading. The kindness of not killing is also a kindness. I didn't say I'd spare you, I'm just waiting for you to give me a satisfactory answer. Unexpectedly, Huangzun's voice was cold, and what he said was also terrifying. As demon masters, they have never had their lives used by others. Threat to this day. The demons were in an uproar. They started to make a noise, and of course they wanted to resist, but because there was no leader, the noise was not too loud, and they suppressed it directly with a look from Lord Huang. The key is that the demon lords who were threatened by Phoenix Lord lowered their heads at this time. It was obvious that they were struggling, otherwise they would definitely fight to the end with Phoenix Lord. Wu Yu was shocked by what he saw. He said, it must be Huangzun's strength that crushed them and allowed the 5 of them to unite. They all faced a huge threat to their lives. They must have understood that if they didn't agree, they would definitely be killed. Only if they die will they hesitate. Otherwise, given their status, they would never bow their heads at this time. After all, before the battle, they were all very majestic, especially the 9-headed immortal bird, but now, she is the one who looks the most pale and looks the most cowardly. At this moment, the demons were greatly frustrated, but the demon masters didn't respond, so there was nothing they could do. I can only feel angry. However, they were actually in awe, and many demons did not dare to look directly at the Phoenix Lord. Nangongwei happily returned to Huangzun, her eyes were proud, and she was also looking at everyone, while Wu Yu hid in the dark to prevent them from seeing her. We admire Huangzun's strength, but the founding of the Nanyan demon continent is extraordinary and should not be trifled with, let alone hasty. We feel that we should discuss it more first and take a long-term approach. The thousand-eyed demon lord stood up at this time and said, if you say it, it also represents the meaning of other demon lords. Huangzun's tone was still very calm. She said, this matter must be finalized today, strike while the iron is hot. I still say what I said, starting with all the demon lords, I will give you the opportunity to be loyal. Who has not seized it? This time, I can only send him to the west on the spot. However, before I kill him, I still want to say a few words to you sincerely. Kill on the spot. This is indeed fierce, but her strength is strong, and strength is the truth. Or perhaps it is in line with that sentence, even if you practice plunder, you can be chivalrous only if you are strong. In fact, you can do anything if you are strong, and right and wrong are left to God to decide. The demons were very aggrieved, but when they saw the demon masters, they didn't dare to move, and no one of them dared to step forward. At present, the majority of people are still unwilling to establish a Nanhuang empire. However, Huangzun still relied on his strong strength and said solemnly to all the demons, Nanyan demon continent has been the territory of demons since ancient times, but there has never been a demon empire, let alone unity. All demons are keen on civil war. The consumption is huge, which makes us demons looked down upon by the cultivators, ghosts, and gods of the Yanhuang ancient region, and we are oppressed and humiliated by the demons of the sea all year round. Even the land demons of the Yanhuang ancient region look down on us. The reasons are, firstly, that there is no absolute strongest person, and secondly, that there is no demon cultivation empire with strict hierarchy and strict laws and regulations, which means there is no unity. That's why everyone can be bullied, and everyone can be bullied. It's all humiliating. And today, I, the Eternal Phoenix, have come here. Both reasons can be solved. From now on, I will make Nanyan demon continent become the largest core place for our demons. Let any force in Yanfu world we cannot be underestimated. No one can board our Nanyan demon continent at will. Our Dead Sea monsters cannot take advantage of us. In the past, it was the sea monsters who came ashore to hunt us. In the future, it is us who go to the sea. Go hunting in the sea. Today, all the prominent figures among the demons have arrived. I have shown enough strength and sincerity. I, the immortal Phoenix clan, are immortal beasts with enough strength and blood to become the leader of this Nanyan demon continent. Of course, the new Nanhuang Empire will also give you equal status based on your strength. For example, all demon lords can unite and stop fighting among themselves and become my right-hand man. Everyone, just think about it. One day, we will go from being looked down upon to becoming the most feared force in the world of Jambu. Today is just the first step. Huangzun's words are very contagious. Having said that, and considering their strength, many demons are really reflecting and hesitating at this time. Nanyan demon continent has outstanding people and demon geniuses. However, a major problem is that there is no absolute strong man, and there is no calling. The powerful one. However, the demon is too big, and it seems that the opinions are different. Obviously, there will be a fierce debate immediately, and Wu Yu doesn't know the outcome now. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 964. Chapter 957 Negotiation. Huangzun, who is ruling the world at this moment, looks very calm, waiting for the answers from the demons. Among them, the decision of the demon masters is the most important. Huangzun defeated all the demon lords, and his strength reached the point of crushing them. At this time, he also used the threat of death. Moreover, the idea he proposed actually made some demons excited, so Wu Yu felt that the demon lords it is unlikely that he will risk his life to resist. After all, Huangzun is too strong. It has extremely obvious suppression of combat effectiveness. As I write this, I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. It seemed that the demon lords were still hesitating. They lowered their heads and frowned, probably discussing in secret. Many demon kings are unable to participate in the discussions of their groups. They are now the decision makers of Nanyang demon continent. Except for them, other demons were more restless, and everyone discussed more intensely, but they all lowered their voices. After listening briefly, Wu Yu knew that so far, many people have agreed to establish the Nanhuang Empire, because it is actually beneficial and harmless to most demons. The only thing that infringes is the interests of the demon masters. Being aloof, from the top position, to being controlled by others, and the status is one level lower. However, if you think about it carefully, with the presence of Huangzun, Nanyang demon continent will indeed become more powerful, or at least more dignified. While the demons were discussing and the demon lords were hesitating, suddenly, someone among the 7 ape kings stood up. It was the Silver Moon demon lord. He had been separated from the other demon lords' groups. At this time, Huangzun's not long after his voice fell, in front of hundreds of thousands of demons, he half-kneeled Phoenix Lord on the ancient demon lake and said loudly, I, the Silver Moon Immortal Ape, am willing to lead the 7 ape kings and the ape demons. The clan, following Huangzun, will merge the 7 ape peak territory into the territory of the Southern Phoenix Empire from today on. For a moment, everyone was in an uproar and looked at the Silver Moon demon lord in disbelief. The demons never expected that the first one to succumb would be the Silver Moon demon lord whose brother was beheaded by the Phoenix Lord. Moreover, he was obviously different from the others. The 7 ape kings discussed it, and at this time the other 5 ape kings also recovered a little. They followed the Silver Moon demon lord and half knelt on the ground. Looking at their faces, they were full of piety, and it didn't look like they were fake. This Silver Moon demon lord is quite capable of bending and stretching. After personally experiencing the power of the Phoenix Lord, he gave up the first time. He is the demon lord after all. After taking this initiative, the Phoenix Lord is more likely to succeed Nanshan Wanjiao Road. That's right, Huangzun is just short of a starting point. If he steps forward now, he will definitely be used by Huangzun in the future. Silver Moon Demon Lord is very smart. In the future, under Huangzun, the major Demon Lord forces will have to compete for resources. But the future allocation of resources depends on Huangzun, so getting Huangzun's request first is actually very important to the ape clan. Wu Yu nodded. Silver Moon Demon Lord's decision obviously caught the other Demon Lords off guard. They probably didn't expect that Silver Moon Demon Lord, who had his brother killed, would be the first to stand up. This disrupted their thinking. At this time, their faces were ugly, but it could be seen that they were still a little unwilling. At this time, the 5 demon masters made an agreement and said at the same time, Huangzun, this matter is really important. Can you give us a few more days to think about it carefully? At the same time, we also need time. Seek permission from other demons. Huangzun shook his head with a smile and said, don't go to such trouble. In this ancient demon lake, there are the highest level of demons in Nanyang demon continent. Basically all the top demons are here. I want to ask for their opinions. Just come directly. Speaking of this, she looked at the demons with her majestic eyes, and said in a gentle but majestic voice, everyone, there will always be many magnificent moments in history. I think today is such a day. Nanyang demon continent is about to undergo transformation. All of you will be stronger and more secure. I am confident that all enemies who intend to invade Nanyang demon continent will go back, and you only need to support me. Who is willing to support me and establish the Nanhuang Empire? Please come to the ancient demon lake. She waved her hand, and a flame appeared on the ancient demon lake. The flame covered the surface of the ancient demon lake and divided the ancient demon lake into 2 halves. In fact, the side close to her was the support area. At this time, half of the demons were there. Here, everyone hasn't started moving yet. Huangzun looked to the other side. There were many demons there. She suddenly smiled lightly and said, I think I should be more straightforward. Those who follow me will prosper, and those who go against me, will perish. If you stay here, you really need to think more about it. She is very powerful. On the one hand, she relies on her absolute strength and power. On the other hand, she also puts forward great ideas that make people imagine. Ordinary demons, without the protection of the demon master's strong strength, cannot have the determination to compete with her. Except a dead-headed person bent on seeking death. This is the dominance brought by strength. What really makes the demon surrender is not her idea, but the dominance of her strength. When Wu Yu saw the demons supporting the area, none of them dared to leave, not just all the demons were vying for supremacy. As he headed towards the support area, he knew that today's ending had actually been answered. The remaining suspense should be who among the 5 demon lords would die. Question. Ape Clan, follow me. Under the call of the Silver Moon Demon Lord, at least all the ape demons all bowed down to the majesty of Huangzun. With someone taking the lead, many demons saw that everyone around them was going over there. At this time, they could not think at all. No matter how unwilling they were, when they saw death looming, they still could not bear the huge pressure. The demon lords saw that many demons gathered on one side of the ancient demon lake, which made them feel distressed, because many of them were their subordinates, at least dozens of demon kings, who had already used actions to prove their attitudes, although they looked helpless and not convinced. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. But to cover one thing, Wu Yu estimated that Huangzun was not worried at all, because next, she had enough confidence to make her people of the Southern Phoenix Empire convinced by her, and even love and respect her. Your answers, it seems that you are almost the only ones left. Huangzun looked at the 5 top demon lords. Of course, these 5 were the ones who were most unwilling to be suppressed. Their capital is a little stronger than that of the Silver Moon Demon Lord. It can be seen that the 5 demon lords are still struggling, but they dare not strongly oppose it. Instead, they pleaded, Huangzun, this is really a major decision. Please forgive us 5. We need to be responsible for the future of the demons of the entire Nanyan demon continent and consider our children and grandchildren. So, please give us some more time to calm down and think about it. I believe that Huangzun is wise and powerful and should understand our feelings. At this time, they had to speak to Huangzun in a low profile. Either die or surrender, but surrender is not much better than death for them. Then I want to see how much time you want to consider. Don't forget that the demons below are watching you. What made the 5 demon lords desperate was that when they looked down at this time, they found that almost all the demons gathered on the side of the Silver Moon Demon Lord. There were no more than 100 demon kings left on the other side. They had not yet raised any objections, and they were wiped away by Huangzun. This is the suppression of dissent by strength. It was understated and not worth mentioning, which made the demons fearful. Southern Phoenix Empire. Under the cold leadership of the Silver Moon Demon Lord, hundreds of thousands of demons were cheering for this name at this time. At the same time, they were also putting pressure on the 5 demon lords. Even their descendants were forcing them to surrender at this time. Huangzun basically had the victory in his grasp. She said, to be honest, the 5 of you are the pillars of the Southern Yin demon continent, and we are strong. I don't want any of you to die here. That would not be any good for our entire Southern Yin demon continent. This is actually a kind of suppression and threat. Wu Yu could see that the persistence of these 5 demon lords had been hit hard. Now their only way to resist is to fight, but the problem is that Huangzun has spared their lives just now. They have no way. Wu Yu thought it would be over soon, but unexpectedly, something unexpected happened. At this moment, the heaven and earth suddenly shook, and it could be felt that the entire Nanyan demon continent was shaking, making a huge roar. Then a louder roar came from the south, with great momentum. At this time, people couldn't help but look to the south. Wu Yu also used his fire eyes and golden pupils. He could see farther than others, so he could see more clearly. There was a huge shadow in the southern sky, sweeping towards the side from above the clouds in the sky. It's actually water. When Wu Yu saw it clearly, he was completely depressed. What came from the south was actually vast water, or even an ocean, covering and engulfing the clouds and mist, sweeping towards this side. I believe that in that area, the demons will be shocked to find that the clouds in the sky have disappeared, replaced by the ocean. The sky is actually an endless ocean, and it also blocks the sunlight, resulting in a dark area. It looks as if Nanyan demon continent is standing upside down on the ocean, which is simply amazing. This is indeed a rare beauty. An inverted sea appeared in the sky. It covered the sky and the sun, endlessly, spreading to the ancient demon lake, covering half of the sky, and finally appeared near the ancient demon lake. This ocean stopped moving forward. Wu Yu took a closer look and found that it was indeed sea water. The ancient demon lake is in the middle of Nanyan demon continent. Could it be that countless sea water flew out of the sea and leaped through the clouds, and now it has covered half of Nanyan demon continent? Wu Yu's guess was right. In fact, from the sky at this time, half of Nanyan demon continent was covered by the ocean. When this kind of thing happens, experienced demons know that this is a sea demon. Updates will start today. Everyone, go to the official account Xinhua Online to vote for the madman. The king of online literature, who can compete with him? On the third day of the Chinese New Year, rush up. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 965. The demons in the sea area are so powerful that they appear in the ancient demon lake at this time. The demons of Nanyan demon continent and the demons of the sea area have been enemies for generations. Those demons of the sea area have several times the sea area of the Yanhuang ancient region. The territory is extremely vast and there are countless strong ones. Therefore, they look down on those who are also demons but are suppressed by the ascetics. Land monster. No matter in terms of type or quantity, there are more monsters in the sea. In that endless sea area, there are a large number of unknown treasures and ancient ruins. Nanyan demon continent is an isolated overseas island. Unlike the demons in the Yanhuang ancient territory, the demons there have relatively little contact with the sea demons. However, Nanyan demon continent is a scene of fighting with sea demons, resulting in numerous casualties. This time, the sea monster appeared in the ancient demon lake. The thing that worries the land demons the most has happened, that is, the sea demons have learned about the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. Ming Taki's guess was accurate. The demon lords actually came here early, but they did not show up. Instead, they hid and wanted to quickly crack the sky demon emperor's mansion. The reason was that they were worried that the news would spread and let the sea monsters know that the sky demon emperor's mansion was so heavy. If there are just a bunch of demon kings competing, and even the demon master is not interested, then the demons in the sea will not be interested either. Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. Damn it! I don't know who leaked the news, or there is an undercover agent among us. The sea monster actually knows the value of the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. Wu Yu heard a demon king not far away roaring angrily. Regardless of whether the Nanhuang Empire is established or not, the heavenly demon emperor's mansion belongs to the demons from Nanyan demon continent, but when the demons from the sea area come, that is not necessarily the case. As feuds and looking down upon each other, Wu Yu knew with just one glance how much these monsters hated the sea monsters. Their eyes were blood red and full of ferocity, staring at the sea water in the sky. The demons from the sea area came in such a large force, which obviously did not take Nanyan demon continent into consideration. The arrival of the sea monster at this time is worth pondering. Wu Yu looked at the Phoenix Lord at this time, wondering if this had something to do with the Phoenix Lord. However, it was indeed difficult to determine the Phoenix Lord's expression. Nangongwei, on the other hand, seemed to be his face was surprised, as if he didn't know what was coming. At this time, in the sea water, an extremely majestic man's voice suddenly came out, "It's so lively here. I heard that the demon lords of Nanyan Demon Continent can't even break the gate of the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. So I came uninvited to help you fellow demons, and I also ask you to make way." This person was quite direct. He pointed directly at the heavenly demon emperor's mansion as soon as he arrived. He seemed not to pay much attention to the demons in Nanyan Demon Continent. Wu Yu took a look and found that several demon masters had also recovered from their previous hesitation and showed disgusted expressions. In the sea water, Wu Yu had already seen hundreds of monsters appearing and coming, and there were more coming this way. Of course, the strong ones had already arrived, and those who arrived behind were all big monsters and little monsters. Including the speaker, there are many people in the sea water now. Judging from the aura, there are many existences that are comparable to the demon lord. If they dare to come here so unscrupulously, they must be confident in suppressing this place, otherwise they will definitely keep a lower profile. It's the demons from the storm demonic sea. This group of beasts often bullies us. Even if we have treasures and ruins, they openly come to get their hands on them. Do they really think we are easy to bully? Kill them. The demons soon showed their murderous intentions and became manic. However, there were also some who were afraid. Wu Yu heard them muttering to themselves and said, "Now we are in trouble." The sea area of the Storm Demon Sea is several times larger than our Nanyan Demon Continent. Because the sea area is very deep, so there are more of them, at least several times, and even the top experts, the demon lords and demon kings, are much more numerous than us. This time, it looks like they are all out in force. They can't even take care of the base camp. So many people are here, they must start a war. Seeing more and more demons appearing in the sea area, the demons were a little shaken. They often fought against the demonic storm sea and knew very well what existed in the demonic storm sea. And unlike Nanyan Demon Continent, Storm Demon Sea is a demon group similar to the immortal Cultivation Empire, with a master who has the most say. It is different from the scattered sand in Nanyan Yeazhu. The 8 lords of the demon sea. All are here. The one who just spoke is the Storm Demon Emperor. This Storm Demon Emperor is stronger than all our demon lords. He is the boss of the Storm Demon Sea. According to legend, his body is an ancient being. His rare bloodline is called the Storm Whale Peng. In the sea, it is the Storm Whale, and in the sky, it is the Storm Celestial Peng. A kind of demon that has 2 forms, and they are completely different. In the Yanfu world, the Storm Demon Emperor is the top existence. If he wants to rob the heavenly demon emperor's mansion this time, only the Phoenix Lord can fight against him. Wu Yu also saw the guy called the Storm Demon Emperor. He was emerging from the sea. He was now in human form, a middle-aged man wearing a black robe. He had no hair, a bright head, and ethereal eyes, deep and vast. In one eye, there seems to be an endless vast ocean, profound and unpredictable, while in the other eye, the pupils are in the shape of a whirlpool, like a violent storm, which is spinning rapidly at this time, because it is spinning too fast, so there is a sense of there is no feeling of rotation. Wu Yu could probably feel that this guy was indeed much stronger than Yagamai Kungo and the immortal 9-headed bird, because he was at a higher level. But compared with Huangzan, he should still be a little bit behind. However, the sea demons are superior in numbers. There are 8 demon lords alone, including the Storm Demon King, and the other 7 are around. In addition to the 8 demon lords of the demon sea, there are actually countless demon kings, much more than the Nanyan Demon Continent. There are nearly 200 of them who have arrived, which is indeed much more than the Nanyan Demon Continent. Wu Yu focused his attention on the demon lords of the other sea demons. The Storm Demon King is the main one among the seven. Will you listen to the land demons talking about their names and bodies in horror? Because they are all humanoid now, he can't really match them, but basically knows which demons they are. For example, one of them is called the 10,000 Claws Demon Squid. Wu Yu certainly knows what a squid looks like, but this 10,000 Claws Demon Squid is also a rare bloodline, very top and rare. It is called 10,000 Claws. It is estimated that there must be too many when it changes into its original body. This is definitely an ancient giant beast in the deep sea. In the deep sea, it is absolutely terrifying. There is also a monster called Cretaceous blood shark. There is not much introduction about it, but sharks are the super overlords in the ocean. After becoming a monster, they must be ferocious and violent. Just by relying on the evil spirit, Wu Yu recognized the Cretaceous blood shark from there. He guessed that it must be the strong man with a slightly blood-red face and sharp teeth. There is also a pair of twin monsters. It is said that they grew up together and fought side by side. Both of them are the top bloodlines. Among their kind, they are kings and emperors. One is the black demon emperor shrimp and the other is the white demon emperor crab. The shells of shrimps and crabs are strong, and the flesh and blood are hidden in the shells. Without Taoist weapons and armor, it is difficult to get hurt. The stronger thing about these two monsters is that they cooperate with each other. When they join forces, many monster lords can't stop them. Wu Yu also recognized these two from the 8 lords of the Demon Sea. It's very simple. One has a pale face and a wide and fat body, and the other has a dark complexion, tall and thin, but neither of them is easy to mess with. Another one that Wu Yu found very interesting was called the Thousand Eyes Sea Demon. It turned out to be a demon that was very similar to the Thousand Eyes Demon Tree. It was said that even their abilities were similar. They were both proficient in psychedelic magic and were both terrible hidden killers. The difference was that one was an ancient tree on land, while the Thousand Eyes Sea Demon was an ancient shellfish creature. This shell was hidden in the deep sea and occasionally opened. If it was right in front of it, it could see thousands of demon eyes from the opened shell. There was also a special type of demon, whose body was not fish or shrimp, not shells, not life, nor marine plants, but it was very common in the ocean. The body of this demon master was called the 10,000 miles blood coral. It was said to be 10,000 miles long and hidden in the deep sea. It was extremely bright and beautiful, but it was indeed a deadly existence. The sea demons were more magical and more diverse than the land demons. The 8 masters of the demon sea alone showed diversity. Of course, the most common in the ocean are still the hundreds of millions of species of sea fish, such as the last of the 8 lords of the demon sea, whose body is called deep sea electric demon, which is actually an electric eel, but its degree of terror is definitely no worse than any demon lord, especially when it releases thunder and lightning in the ocean, that is really the death and injury of hundreds of millions. In the storm sea, the 8 lords of the demon sea are all extremely powerful. The entire storm sea is as famous as the Eternal Sea and the Dead Sea. The reputation of the storm demon sea is also first class in the Yamafa world. The 8 lords of the demon sea are all famous, much more famous than the demon lords of Nanyan demon continent. After all, they often plunder in the sea and even attack the immortal cultivation empire of the Yanhuang ancient domain. Among them, the storm demon emperor is respected, and the 8 people are brothers. They are ranked by strength and prestige, and the order is 10,000 claws demon squid, Cretaceous blood shark, 10,000 miles blood coral, Thousand Eyes sea demon, black demon emperor shrimp, white demon emperor crab and deep sea electric demon. Of course, the difference in their strength is relatively small. Now these 8 people, with nearly 200 demon kings and countless old demons, appeared in the ancient demon lake. The attitude of the storm demon emperor was very clear. Of course, he wanted to monopolize the heavenly demon emperor's palace. However, at this time, the storm demon emperor saw the existence of Huangzun. He probably didn't know the existence of Huangzhun yet, and just regarded him as an ordinary demon lord, so he asked, "Who are you? If you have nothing to do with Nanyan demon continent, I advise you to leave first. Otherwise, if you are involved, there will be no good end. After all, I know that there is no such person as you in Nanyan demon continent." Huangzhun had no expression on her face. She looked at the 8 gods Kunwu and others and said, "Who I am and whether I have any relationship with Nanyan demon continent depends on these 5 demon lords." You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 966. For the Storm Demon Emperor, Phoenix Lord was the only surprise during his trip. However, he did not take it seriously when adding a demon lord. What made him even more reassured was that Huangzhun seemed to be at odds with the 6 demon lords here. He estimated that before they came, it was the Phoenix Lord who was competing with these 6 demon lords. After all, when he got closer, he felt that there were traces of top-notch beings fighting here. In this case, just stay still and don't cause trouble for us, otherwise, you will be dealt with by us just like the bastards like Nanyanyas, who among the 8 masters of the demon sea, one of them had a sharp voice. To put it politely, this person should be the demon 10,000 miles of blood coral. The human form is a very beautiful red woman, charming and charming. The demons of the land and the sea have looked down upon each other and called each other bastards for many years. This word is often the one that provokes the most conflict. After hearing it, the demons become completely angry, and their heads are filled with blood for a while. Violent anger spread violently in this ancient demon lake. "Everyone, don't move, let the 5 demon masters deal with it." They are of course confident at this time. Huangzhun smiled slightly, her voice was soft, like a spring breeze, like rain falling on the heads of the demons in the ancient demon lake. At this time, everyone really calmed down a bit. People finally heard it. Huangzhun also thought that because of the arrival of the 8 demon masters, the 5 demon masters made the right decision. Of course, this is not a despicable method, but it is just taking this opportunity to let the 5 demon masters have a deeper understanding of what Nanyan demon continent must do so that they will not be bullied and lose their dignity. So at this time, although Huangzhun didn't seem very kind, the demons who had already obeyed her thought it was okay. Silver Moon Demon Lord also crossed his arms at this time and appeared next to Huangzhun, saying, "I listen to Huangzhun, the 8 lords of the demon sea. If you want to take action, I will not intervene. Unless the 5 of you can understand what is a better way." This made the 8 demon sea masters confused. Silver Moon Demon Lord actually stood on the side of the Phoenix Lord, and many demons seemed to obey the Phoenix Lord's orders. The remaining 5 demon lords seemed to be isolated. "Boss, what kind of trick are they playing?" 10,000 Claw Demon Squid asked. Something is wrong with the Silver Moon Demon Lord and the other demons. Does this one called Huangzhun have some special means? The Chalk Blood Shark also felt something was wrong. The Storm Demon Emperor said, "No matter what, they are our enemies. The other parties may have their own conflicts. However, if we have the opportunity to defeat them one by one, then we will fight to the death without mercy." "Which side should we deal with first?" asked the White Demon Emperor Crab. The Storm Demon King took another deep look at Huangzhun and said, "This person is very high level, and he is probably on par with me. Otherwise, there is no possibility of competing with the 5 demon lords. However, those 5 demon lords have many people after all. This Nanyan demon continent is deeply rooted. Let's defeat them first. Leave the 4 sisters to monitor them. Others, let me defeat these 5. The 7 of us are more than enough for the 5 of them. Defeat 2. Basically, if the Storm Demon King deals with 2 of them by himself, and the other two suppress one. The 5 demon lords who are already a little tired will not be able to hold on for long. Under the shouts and laughter of the demons in the sea, the storm demon emperor said no more, leaving Wanli Blood Coral to monitor Huangzhun's movements. The remaining 7, without saying a word, approached the 5 demon lords, using that the storm demon emperor, one of the top demons in the southern sea area, was heading towards the 5 demon lords at this time. Yagamai Kungo, 9-headed phoenix, black gold ant queen, 1,000-eyed demon tree and demon bone demon lord all frowned at this time. They were still making the final struggle in their hearts. The 5 of them still find it difficult to give up their supreme status and power, but the oppression of reality, coupled with the appearance of the 8 lords of the demon sea, has dealt a huge blow to them, and now they are in chaos. Fight. Yagamai Kunwu was still irritable and couldn't bear this kind of choice, so he roared ferociously, first transforming into the huge lion with 8 heads, with golden flames all over his body, and he was furious. Towards the Stormwind the demon king charged away. Next to him, the 9-headed phoenix with the same bad temper was also surrounded by red fire and soared into the sky. She originally wanted to intercept the other demon lords, but at this time, the storm demon emperor, a majestic dark whirlpool, rolled up on her body, pulling her directly like the battlefield. Amidst the earth-shattering bird song, the human-shaped storm demon king transformed into the demon body. On this land, what he transformed it was a huge black rock. The rock was so big that it was several times the size of the 9-headed phoenix. It instantly enveloped the 9-headed phoenix and Iora Kunwu in the realm of its wings. King of beasts? King of birds? Haha, no matter in the ocean or in the sky of the land, I, the storm whale Peng, am the real overlord. The storm demon king laughed loudly. With his level, it seemed that suppressing Yagamai Kunwu and the 9-headed phoenix would not be a problem. The opponent is 2 against 1, but he may not be his opponent. As for the black gold ant queen, the 1,000-eyed demon tree and the black gold queen ant, they had no right to choose their opponents. They were each surrounded by 2 opponents. The black devil emperor shrimp and the white devil emperor crab besieged the black gold ant queen. The 1,000-eyed sea devil and the deep sea electric demon besieged the 1,000-eyed demonic tree. With the presence of the 1,000-eyed demonic tree, the magical power of the 1,000-eyed demonic tree was unable to exert its effect at all. They restrained each other. In the end, the chalk blood shark and the 10,000 claw demonic squid joined forces to fight against the demonic bone demon lord. Whether it was the cooperation of shrimps and crabs, the restraint of the 1,000-eyed sea demons, or the strong suppression of the white blood shark and the 10,000 claw demon squid, they were all overwhelming, so the beginning was a crushing battle. Even on the side of the storm demon emperor, the huge black storm sky Peng also crushed the 8 gods Kunwu and the 9-headed phoenix with a crushing attitude. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. At this time, the situation looked much worse than when they besieged the Phoenix Lord. But what puzzled the 8 masters of the demon sea and the sea demons was that when the 5 demon masters were besieged, the other 6 demons did not show too much worry or fear. Although they were a little nervous, they looked at the Phoenix Lord from time to time, as if they were the pillar of support. Obviously, it was the existence of the Phoenix Lord that supported them, so that they still had confidence at this time and did not rush to escape. All of this was seen by Storm Demon Emperor and other Sea Demon Lords. He said to his brothers and sisters, "Fight, and then kill the Phoenix Lord and Silver Moon Demon Lord together. Even if we can't kill them, we must make them escape with serious injuries. At their level, it is still difficult to kill opponents. Killing 1 or 2 may be possible, but it is difficult to kill them all. Basically, they will keep some means to save their lives." Storm Demon Emperor's goal is not to kill them and dominate the Nanyan Demon continent, but to make them unable to compete for the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion. If these 5 demon lords fight back desperately, they may also suffer casualties, which is not cost-effective. Of course, they want to take down the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion at the lowest cost. This time, the Silver Moon Demon Lord did not make a move, which is the best opportunity. When they were suppressed and embarrassed, and lost face in front of their clansmen, when their lives and deaths were in danger, Wu Yu believed that these 5 demon lords would definitely make a decision. There is a phrase called the overall situation has been determined or the general situation has gone. These 5 demon lords are facing such a situation. For Huangzun, it would be strange if he didn't succeed at this time when the time, place, and people are all right, Wu Yu said. This Huangzun is really powerful. Could it be that she called the 8 lords of the demon sea? Yezixi asked. Wu Yu shook his head and said, this is a coincidence. If Nanyan Demon Continent establishes a demon cultivation empire, it will be a huge threat to the Storm Demon Sea. He will not benefit at all, so he will never do this. Moreover, Wu Yu can see from the expressions and movements of the 8 lords of the demon sea that they are actually unaware of Huangzun's plan. But obviously, their arrival this time helped Huangzun. This is another top-level battle. Seeing these ancient and terrifying demons fighting to their heart's content, people have been hiding and amazed at the same time. The ancient tree with thousands of eyes towering into the clouds, the black metal queen ant with countless clones, the huge black skeleton, the 8-headed lion and the 9-headed phoenix, the black rock that covers the sky, the blood-red coral that stretches for thousands of miles, the electric eel that is like a swimming dragon, the blood-red shark that shuttles through the clouds, the squid with tens of thousands of tentacles shrouded in black disgust, and the shrimps and crabs covered with hard shells like war machines, are all like from legends, with many powers that are amazing. Among them, the 8 gods Kunwu and the 9-headed phoenix are the toughest. They were crushed to the extreme, but it was not so easy to die for the time being. The biggest problem was the 1,000-eyed demon tree. The magical powers of him and the 1,000-eyed sea demon restrained each other and had no effect at all. He was simply bombarded by the deep-sea electric demon. At this time, his whole body was full of lightning explosions, and countless holes were blown out. Among so many demon lords, his situation was the most dangerous. Of course, the Demon Bone Demon Lord and the Black Gold Ant Queen could not hold out for long. After being defeated by the Phoenix Lord, it was too difficult for them to fight 1 against 2. Finally, as expected by the Phoenix Lord, the extremely miserable 1,000 Eyes Demon Lord stopped discussing with other demon lords. He shouted, "Phoenix Lord, I am willing to lead our clan to join the Southern Phoenix Empire. Please help us and let the sea demons never return." He was humiliated, although with tears in his eyes. In fact, their persistence was that no one started it, and they were afraid of losing face, but now was not the time to care about face. Then, the Black Gold Ant Queen and the Demon Bone Demon Lord made the same declaration. The remaining suppressed 8 gods Kunwu and the 9-headed Phoenix were even more doomed. The fastest website for this book is yun/li/ge, or visit the website directly. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 967. In fact, 4 demon lords have already agreed to Huangzun's idea. Even if they strongly objected to the remaining 2, it would actually be of no use. They could barely fight Huangzun as a team. Now that there were only 2 left, fighting against Huangzun was like using a mantis as a chariot. The overall situation of Nanyan who has been decided. Yagamai Kunwu and the 9-headed Phoenix looked at each other, knowing very clearly in their hearts that the Nanhuang Empire would be established without any suspense. Even if Huangzun is an outsider with no known origin, her strength and her ideas make the demons surrender. Even today, everyone may be in awe of her strength, but in the future, if Huangzun truly contributes to Nanyan Demon Continent, the demons will only respect her. At this time, Yagamai Kungo saw helplessness and surrender in the eyes of the 9-headed Phoenix. He knew that she had also surrendered, and he was the only one left. Between life and death, he could do nothing to stop her. "Huangzun, I am willing to surrender and help you build a demon cultivating empire that belongs to us demons. However, I have a condition that you must meet. Ioricunwu persisted under the attack of the Storm Demon Emperor. On the other hand, he secretly communicated with Huangzun. You said, I am not a non-negotiable person, Huangzun said. Everything in front of her is under her control. Ioricunwu gritted his teeth and said, Nanyan Demon Continent belongs to all demons, not to Eternal Phoenix. I admit that Eternal Phoenix is a royal family, but I hope the name of this country is not Nanhuang Empire, but Nanyan Empire. Although the difference is only one word, the difference is still quite big. If it is the Nanhuang Empire, it means that this island is all the territory of the immortal Phoenix, and if it is the Nanyan Empire, it is estimated that the demons will have a greater sense of presence. We also implore you to name it Nanyan Empire. Seeing this, the other demon masters took the opportunity to put forward their own demands. The difference between one word and one word was the last insistence in their hearts. Even at this time, even the Silver Moon Demon Lord, who was the first to defect, said, Huangzun, I also think it should be the Nanyan Empire. This name symbolizes the prosperity of demons here in Nanyan Demon Continent rather than the supremacy of the royal family. Wu Yu couldn't see the expression on Huangzun's face, but he estimated that Huangzun would agree, because Huangzun wanted something substantial, and the name shouldn't matter to her. Sure enough, although Huangzun did not speak, he nodded. At this time, the discussion has been completed. All the demons and Huangzun have reached a unified opinion, and the real overall situation has been decided. Therefore, at this time, the Phoenix Lord slowly opened his arms, and then instantly transformed into his true form. When the nine-color immortal Phoenix's true form flew across the sky and rose into the sky, the demons in the sea area knew what the true form of the Phoenix Lord looked like. Phoenix Immortal Beast, the Storm Demon King frowned slightly, and the attacks on his hands were a little more relaxed, which gave Kunwu Yagamai and the nine-headed Phoenix a chance to relax a little. The same is true for other demon lords in the sea. We agreed not to move. What do you want to do? The Wanli blood coral was originally helping others, but when it saw the movement of Huangzun, it quickly surrounded him. The huge coral body surrounded Huangzun, the immortal Phoenix. The body was heavily surrounded. Although she shouted angrily, it did not affect the eternal Phoenix at all. At this time, the Phoenix Lord was already above the sky, and all the demon lords were below her. At this time, the nine-color flames on her body were extremely raging, and she was seen as a king. The attitude of the world, with a majestic voice, said, in that case, it just so happens that friends from the Storm Demon Sea are here today, so they can also be witnesses to witness the greatest moment in the history of Nanyan Demon Continent. From now on, starting today, I, the Eternal Phoenix, are here to announce the establishment of the Nanyan Empire that encompasses the entire Nanyan Demon Continent. Their clans are the 6 major royal families of our Nanyan Empire. Huangzun's voice was too dominant, and what she said was full of explosive news. It was precisely because of this that the 8 masters of the Demon Sea were confused for a moment and stopped attacking one after another. Looked up at the immortal Phoenix in astonishment. Boss, are we being used as guns? The 10,000 claw demon squid said in shock. The Storm Demon King looked at the 5 demon lords who had gained a chance to breathe. At this time, they seized the opportunity, fled quickly, and gathered to the Eternal Phoenix. At the same time, the Silver Moon Demon Lord also leaped into the sky and appeared in front of the Phoenix Lord. Next to him, he was obviously respected by the immortal Phoenix. The situation changed rapidly, leaving the sea monsters a little confused for a while. What? What did you just say? Nanyan Empire? This person called Huangzun wants to establish an empire here in Nanyan Demon Continent. This can't be true. Is it similar to our Storm Demon Sea? But our Storm Demon Sea doesn't copy the model of the ascetics. These bastards are really. However, why are these 6 demon lords willing to surrender to this existence that I don't know where it came from? I seem to have heard the demon emperor say just now, this is the phoenix immortal beast? Do we, the demons, want to surrender to the immortal beast? Although the immortal beast is indeed very powerful. Rare. The demons in the sea area were talking enthusiastically. As for Nanyan demon continent, at this time, under the cohesion of Huangzhun, they were reunited together. In addition, Huangzhun had 7 demon masters, which could barely compare with the 8 lords of the demon sea. At this time, the 8 lords of the demon sea and the demon lords of Nanyan demon continent faced each other, and the 5 demon lords took advantage of this opportunity to get some breathing time. However, it is the 8 demon sea masters who are angry now, because they all know that Huangzhun treats them as guns, forcing the 5 demon masters to agree to Huangzhun's rule. As Wu Yu said, the Storm Demon Emperor would never allow the nearby Nanyan demon continent to become a force beyond his control. This chapter is not over, please click on the next page to continue reading. In the past, the demons of Nanyan demon continent could only shrink back and did not dare to show their heads and go out to the sea. Once it is established, it will not be easy for the monsters in their sea area to invade like today. Of course, the biggest impact is still at present. It is even more difficult to occupy the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. This makes the 8 demon sea masters very angry. At this time, the storm demon emperor descends in front of the phoenix lord. One is a peerless ferocious beast, and the other is a phoenix immortal beast. At this time, they were all flying birds. The storm demon king looked at Huangzhun and said, I didn't expect that you have such ability and courage, as well as such far-fetched daydreams. I admire you for being able to make these 6 demon lords surrender, although it borrows our strength, but if Nanyan demon continent really wants to establish a demon cultivating empire, we, Storm Demon Sea, will be the first to disagree. I disagree, the other 8 lords of the demon sea, as well as all the demons in the sea area, shouted loudly and extremely forcefully. Huangzhun smiled and said, what qualifications do you have to disagree? The Storm Demon Emperor said, no qualifications are needed. Even if we don't agree, we won't admit it. At the same time, the Demon Emperor's mansion today also belongs to us. Where did you come from? Where did you go back? Even outsiders want to occupy our territory in the South China Sea? The demons of the sea are extremely domineering, and the words of the Storm Demon Emperor will be cheered by a large number of demons. This makes the demons of Nanyan demon continent a little weak. However, Huangzhun will not let such a situation happen. When the other party mentioned this level, she sneered and said, just now, I have announced that the Nanyan Empire has been established. From now on, I am the lord of the Nanhuang Empire. Nanyan demon continent is the territory of our Nanyan Empire, and our territory is inviolable. Now, you monsters from the sea have invaded my territory and want to invade it. We and other treasures are treasonous and unjust, and I hereby declare that in order to defend the dignity of our Nanyan Empire and the honor of our clan, I declare war on you at this moment, the Storm Demon Sea. Wu Yu still underestimated this Phoenix Lord. He didn't expect that she had such ability in inciting emotions. In the past, the biggest problem of Nanyan Demon Continent was that they were independent and not very united. But under her words, although the demons different types, they may have been enemies before, but now, everyone has a common identity. For a time, the power of unity exploded in their hearts. Maybe even the demon lords didn't know that when a sense of national honor gathered in the chest, at that time, all the demons will be so close and have such majestic power. When everyone is united, their power can cut through gold. Every monster, when its territory was invaded, had a ball of fire in its heart. At this moment, when all the monsters roared and roared together, and the sound shook the heaven and the earth, the monsters in the sea area truly felt that Nanyan Demon Continent it's different. The presence of Huangzhun has brought new changes to this place. A change over which they have incredible control. Declaration of war, This unfamiliar word made the Storm Demon Emperor startled for a moment. He didn't find it ridiculous, but found it difficult to deal with, especially when he looked at the Phoenix Lord. At this time, he saw that even the sixth Demon Lord was ready to make a move at this time, quite intending to fight. Of course, the Storm Demon Emperor was not afraid. After all, they still had one more person, and the other party's Demon Lord was obviously not in the best condition, and was even a little tired. I alone will deal with 5. The remaining 3 will be surrounded by you 2 by 2, so that they can also experience the feeling of being besieged, Huangzun said directly to the 6 demon masters without any scruples. Okay, the demon lords still believed in Huangzun's strength. After all, not long ago, she had defeated 5 of them together. The difference this time was that Huangzun included the Storm Demon Emperor, and the Storm Demon Emperor, I originally wanted to deal with Huangzun myself. This tone is really bragging, 10,000 Claws Demon Squid and others all laughed. However, he soon stopped laughing. The eyes of the Eternal Phoenix became more and more terrifying. This was almost a battle between the Empire and the Empire, and it would explode immediately. Wu Yu found a good seat to watch the battle, and he really benefited a lot today. In the chaos, he saw Nangang Wei hiding in the ancient demon lake. He quickly moved away from her. At this time, all the demons were united. If he was discovered, it would be more troublesome. For the time being, it seems that Huangzun loves Nangang Wei very much. You should rest assured, Nanshan Wanjiao asked. Maybe it felt like that. However, it is still not certain. Huangzun is so mysterious, who knows what she is thinking. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 968. Huangzun's declaration of war was no joke. At this moment, there has never been such a battle in history. The Nanyan Demon Continent and the Storm Demon Sea, south of the Yanhuang ancient territory, the two superpowers have almost come out in full force. Above the golden eyes of the Tian Demon Emperor's mansion confrontation. Those golden eyes were cold and silent, watching the scene of blood boiling. For Nanyan Yaezhu, this is the most important battle in its transformation into the Nanyan Empire, and it is the beginning of a new history. Of course, if the war is defeated, this new history may end before it even begins. Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. The sudden sense of honor and belonging united the demons who had been fighting each other for many years and gathered around Huangzun. They only had the desire to fight in their eyes, and that sense of honor gave them a surging willpower that was unlike anything they had before. Everything is available. Of course, the real suspense of the battle lies in the hands of the strongest. It seems that neither side wants to have a big melee, because that would be harder to control. Most of the demon kings were confronting each other at this time. Of course, maybe after cursing, scorning, and insulting each other, someone will disobey the order and cannot help but take action. At this time, they basically watched Huangzun and Storm Demon Emperor. After Huangzun declared war, he led the 6 demon lords to suppress the 8 demon sea masters. At this time, both sides basically fought directly with their own bodies. Fortunately, this world is so vast, otherwise it would really be crowded with so many top demons showing their true form. Especially some monsters, their bodies are too huge. On the side of the 8 lords of the demonic sea, the 10,000 clawed demon squid, the 1,000 miles of blood coral, the chalk blood shark, etc., all showed their true forms. The 8 supergiant beasts can be called myths. When they stand proudly in the sky, you will know what they are. Overlord of the sea. However, on the Nanyan Demon Continent, the Silver Moon Demon Lord and the Silver Moon Immortal Ape joined, plus the original 8 gods Xuanhuan, the 9-headed Phoenix, the Demon Bone Demon Lord, the 1,000-eyed Demon Tree, and the Black Gold Ant Queen, can barely be compared with each other, and when the Eternal Phoenix changes into its true form, although its size is not too big, the nobility, pride, and holiness of the 9-color flames make it look like a fairy beast. With so many giant beasts, in terms of elegance and divine power, only the storm whale Peng can barely compare. At this moment, the battle is about to break out. Everyone, including Wu Yu, is holding their breath. Of course, people know that this is the most top battle today. Everything in front of it, although exciting and shocking enough, is definitely not like this moment. It touches people's hearts and makes all the demons extremely nervous. It's a bluff, it's ridiculous, the Storm Demon King just sneered, and then gave a slight signal to the other 7 demon masters. At this time, the 2 demon groups collided fiercely with lightning speed. At that moment, Wu Yu felt that the whole world was shaking. Of course, after all, he had witnessed the battle between the ancient Emperor Yanhuang and the ancient demon god, and he was still calm. The other demons were basically crazy. At this time, they could only use crazy shouts and roars to cheer for their demon master. The same is true for the sea monsters. For a while, the 2 sides yelled at each other and danced. Although the fight has not started yet, it is estimated that if it lasts for a long time, the place will definitely not be able to hold on. You bastards of the Storm Demon Sea, get out of our Nanyan Empire as soon as possible. At 1 o'clock at night, our Phoenix Lord will make you, the 8 masters of the Demon Sea, lose their shit. By then, your faces of the Storm Demon Sea will be in Yanfu disgraced in front of everyone in the world. What Nanyan Empire? What Phoenix Lord? Don't embarrass yourself, okay? Just this stinky bitch? A stupid bird? It's more like being a concubine for our demon emperor. I don't know where it came from. You guys, these real bitches actually think of her as their savior, it really makes me laugh. Dare to underestimate Huangzan, just wait and see. You can laugh now, but after a while, I will see if you can still laugh. A bunch of idiots with no IQ. If Huangzan is not really powerful, he can rely on his own abilities. So that the 6 demon masters are willing to sacrifice their lives for her? Go away, who doesn't know if she is showing off her beauty or something like that? Idiots are idiots, and they still refuse to admit it? It's you idiots who are slapped in the face today. Sure enough, all the things growing in the sea are brainless things. Aren't our immortal demon lord and the black gold ant queen women? Beauty, can make are we willing to give up our own power and build a demon cultivating empire together? Who knows, you female demon lord might also be interested in women, haha. So far, the demons in the sea area are still laughing sarcastically, which makes the Nanyan demons very angry. Most of them are black. With a straight face, of course they knew that the more the enemy underestimated Huangzan, the more beneficial it would be to them. Let them be proud now. Only after they see Huangzan's power will they know that now is the end. The happier they laugh now, the more painful it will be to be slapped in the face. That's right. We don't need to argue with these idiots. It's of no use. Let them be proud and confident. We'll just watch. Today, we must make these guys from Storm Demon Sea so angry that they vomit blood. Yes, we must make them pee on the spot and kneel down to beg for mercy, in order to relieve the hatred in our hearts that has been suppressed for so many years. Why do the demons of the sea consider themselves noble? Why do they think they are superior? Aren't they just more numerous? Why do they look down on us? Their demon masters don't have more demon masters than us. This means that they are just more numerous. The demons gradually calmed down and looked coldly at the extremely proud sarcasm and ridicule of the demons in the sea. Although these words were unpleasant, if the other party was pale, then all their sarcasm would be the humiliation sprinkled on their heads. This chapter is not over, please click on the next page to continue reading. Wu Yu didn't pay attention to these scoldings. The verbal sarcasm was meaningless at this time. The top strong ones were the masters of the war. There are only 2 focuses of his attention. One is the most popular battlefield above today, and the other is Nangong Wei. This is the most important battle. It seems that she is a little nervous. She clenches her fists and looks at the sky. The surrounding monsters did not dare to approach her, and occasionally looked at her with awe and envy, as if everyone was a beggar, but she was the noble princess among the crowd, and many people did not dare to take a look at her. This little girl's temperament is really holy and proud. She is much more attractive than the ones you have met before, Nanshan Wanjiao said with a smile. That's true, it's really not on the same level compared with her now. Nangong Wei's eyes, ears, mouth, and nose are still the same, but her beauty and charm are far beyond her, like a fairy. The relationship with the village girl. In fact, this is exactly the case. Many young demons mustered up the courage to look at her. In fact, they also had some reveries and desires. Maybe they thought that if they could become her Taoist companions, they would soar to the sky. The more noble a woman is, the more desirable she is. However, in Wu Yu's mind, what impressed her most was her innocence and cuteness in the past, when she was still very young. Although she is holy, noble, and proud now, she is not what Wu Yu had in mind, or say, there is still a deep estrangement. Anyway, she forgot about herself. If the Nanyan Empire is established, she will be the second person on the Nanyan demon continent. No one will dare to touch her. She is much safer here than I am in the Yanhuang ancient territory. In fact, I have no idea at all. If you don't need to worry about her safety anymore, just worry about yourself. Wu Yu thought. The only conflict in his heart is that he doesn't understand Huangzun, and Huangzun may still be harmful to her. However, if this is the case, Wu Yu also knows in his heart that he cannot do anything to Phoenix Lord. After all, this is a terrifying existence that stands at the pinnacle of demons and is close to the ancient Emperor Yanhuang. This kind of existence can only be looked up to now. He didn't think so much. Putting all this aside, as for when to return to the Yanhuang ancient territory, he felt that after this battle was over, there might be an answer. He focused on the battle above and used his fiery eyes to watch the battle. At this time, most of the demons could not see the battle clearly. They were all fighting outside the sky. The movement was very huge, and there were all kinds of brilliance and giant beasts everywhere. It was as if we were fighting in the starry sky outside. We couldn't see clearly and it was difficult to see the details clearly. Wu Yu could see that the Phoenix Lord was really powerful. There were 5 of her direct opponents, including the Storm Demon Emperor. He also saw that the Storm Demon Emperor was not Tianpeng at this time, but a head that seemed to be in the air. The giant whale swimming in the galaxy, the black giant whale is larger than all the monsters. With every breath, it is like a roaring mountain and a tsunami, shaking the heaven and the earth. Above the sky, there was a heavy buzzing sound, which was made by the giant whale. 1 fights against 5. I believe that Storm Demon Emperor and the others have now realized how powerful Huangzun is. I guess the shock in their hearts right now is not enough to describe. As for Demon Lord Kunwu and Demon Lord Immortal, they finally got the opportunity to besiege 1 by 2, which can be regarded as returning the opponent's way of embarrassing themselves just now. Now, as long as Huangzun can become the city master, the first one to suffer is the 10,000 clawed demon squid, the 1,000 miles blood coral and the chalk blood shark. The 3 of them were each surrounded and killed by 2 demon masters. It could be barely seen that dangers arose at this time. They were completely suppressed and beaten. There were a lot of blood marks on their bodies. The body of the Wanli blood coral was damaged a lot, the damaged parts were falling like a downpour. When they fell to the ground, they were all broken corals, some as huge as mountains. They fell into the ancient demon lake, causing a lot of splashes. Only the demon kings knew a little about such a distant battlefield. Wu Yu could clearly see that the opponent's demon king's face was no longer very good looking. On the other hand, what about the 8-eyed bull demon king, the light-winged rock king, and the divine-eyed monkey? The King Kong Emperor ape and others were all smiling at this time, especially the monkey with divine eyes. Wu Yu estimated that he could see clearly. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 969. Not long ago, Huangzun was judged to be among the top 3 in the world of Jambu. Storm Demon King. He is the lord of the Storm Demonic Sea, and his strength is powerful in the southern seas. However, the entire world of Yanfu is so huge. In the Yanhuang ancient domain alone, there are countless strong ones among the cultivators. With his ability, he is estimated to be among the top 50. To be exaggerated, I can barely reach the top 30. Therefore, from the beginning to now, Huangzun and Storm Demon Emperor are not on the same level. Currently, the Storm Demon Emperor needs 4 demon lords to barely be able to resist the Phoenix Lord. This was what Wu Yu could see. His fiery eyes penetrated the clouds and the brilliance of the battle, and saw the awe and panic in the eyes of the Storm Demon Emperor. He finally knew what awe was. Before the war, he had never thought that Huangzun was such a scary character. He finally figured out why Huangzun was able to make the 6 demon lords surrender by relying on himself. Wu Yu smiled. So, is the Nanyan Empire a sure thing? Nanshan Wanjiao said. Wu Yu looked at it for a while and nodded. Huangzun was too scary. He didn't think there could be any accidents. At this time, the 3 besieged sea demon lords were at the end of their strength, but on Huangzun's side, Huangzun was unscathed. The Storm Demon Emperor and the leader looked fierce and bombarded them wildly, but in fact they had little effect. On the contrary, Huangzun was once counterattacks can put them in danger. At least 3 demon lords were injured, their bodies burned black by the Phoenix Lord. Today, our Nanyan Empire has just been established, and several people have come from afar. We have not prepared any gifts, so I will give you my magical power as a gift. This magical power is called Eternal Purgatory, which can also be called Eternal Phoenix Purgatory. I wonder if the 8 lords of the Demon Sea can use this little gift from me. Suddenly, all the demons present heard the light laughter of the Phoenix Lord. She had always been very cold, and it was difficult for her to have such a relaxed laughter. The meaning of these words made the Nanyan demons extremely excited, and the sea demons they were tormented, panicked, and confused. They began to show disbelief in their eyes, looking at the sky. Many of the demons who were still laughing at them looked embarrassed and panicked at this time, because they did not hear the response from the Storm Demon Emperor and the others. This shows that they are trying their best to deal with it, instead of showing a light attitude toward Huangzun's gift. Buzz. Huangzun took action much faster than people expected. Wu Yu felt that the Eternal Purgatory should be a special space realm, because when he heard the vibrations in the space, the majestic fighting sounds in the sky suddenly disappeared, as if all the fighting monsters were gone. It seemed as if it had become invisible, as if it had stopped fighting. Anyway, everything suddenly disappeared. In the sky above, the destroyed clouds began to condense again. For a while, white clouds rolled in and the scorching sun shone. The entire sky above the ancient demon lake was as silent as death. Only a golden eye at the bottom of the ancient demon lake was looking at the sky indifferently. The slightest change. At this moment, all the demons were stunned, stretching their necks like ducks, looking at the sky, motionless and silent, and the whole world fell into deathly silence at this time. Eternal Purgatory, one day, I will also use this magical power to this extent. In the dead silence, the voice Wu Yu heard was very harsh. Of course, it was Nangong Wei, and the demon, unlike their shock, she was full of strong desire, her eyes were warm and fiery, and she was so happy that she almost danced. This look really made Wu Yu wonder, is she still her? Maybe she is not the same person from beginning to end. But how could he remember that his name was Nangong Wei? What happened to her? She is still the same person, but did the Phoenix Lord give her a new bloodline and identity memory? Does she still have the slightest memory of what once belonged to her? Wu Yu frowned slightly. All the things in the past and today were converging in his mind, which made him very confused, so he looked at her a little distracted. I thought that when I jumped out of Dongsheng Shenzhou, the two of them would be over long ago, but I never expected that she could still appear in my life, or in such a confusing way. When he was a little distracted, he didn't expect to hear a huge exclamation at this time. It was obvious that there was another movement above. Wu Yu quickly came back to his senses and raised his head. Above, I saw the Phoenix Lord and the 6 demon masters appearing. The Phoenix Lord had transformed into a magnificent human form. At this moment, she was dominating the world. Behind her, there were 6 demons with eyes full of reverence and without any distractions or hesitation. Lord, they are also looking at Huangzun from behind. It can be seen from their eyes that from now on, they are dead set. The 8 lords of the demonic sea could not be seen for the time being, but Wu Yu could see that the Phoenix Master was holding a 9-color fireball in his hand. The 9-color fireball was burning fiercely, and he could faintly hear the screams inside. That was absolutely gut-wrenching. At this time, Huangzun descended on the head of the demon in the sea. She threw the fireball in her hand. The fireball dispersed for a while, and 8 humanoid beings ran out from it. They were indeed the 8 lords of the demonic sea. But at this moment, they, weak and embarrassed, all of them were charred, and some even had their arms and torsos burned off. Even the Storm Demon Emperor was dying at this time. Of course, the most tragic thing was the look in their eyes at this moment, in their trembling eyes. Among them, Wu Yu saw fear and despair. Yes, even the Storm Demon Emperor was looking at Huangzun with great fear, his eyes trembling uncontrollably. Today, I will not take your lives because you are your first offenders. After you leave, remember to help us announce to the world that from now on, Nanyan Demon Continent will be called Nanyan Empire, and I, the Eternal Phoenix, will rule here. People from all over the world will call me Phoenix Lord. Although the Phoenix Lord's voice was soft, it was as intimidating as the Supreme Lord, as if every word could make the 8 lords of the demon sea tremble once. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. Why don't you thank Phoenix Lord quickly, and leave you a way out? The Kunwu Demon Lord was the most entangled before, but now he is very quick to surrender. Thank you. After being shouted by the Kunwu Demon Lord, the 8 lords of the demon sea really bowed their heads, and said these 2 words tremblingly. After hearing these 2 words, all the sea demons really knew what misery and despair were. Now, every demon's face was pale. They looked at the 8 lords of the demon sea with trembling eyes. At this time, they could see that the 8 lords of the demon sea must have been defeated, but they hoped that the 8 lords of the demon sea would at least be tougher and not say such humiliating words as thank you, and even say that they would fight again another day. However, the 8 people they respected the most did not do so at this time. They were enduring humiliation and did not feel embarrassed. Everything showed that Huangzun had scared them. How is this possible? We, the Storm Demon Sea, are so disgraced that we let a bunch of bastards ride on our heads. Don't say anything. If you say anything at this time, you will get killed. Don't you understand? The king has accepted his fate. We don't have to jump around anymore. That is to say, from now on, if you encounter demons from Nanyan Demon Continent, you have to avoid them. The discussion was carried out in low voices among the demons in the sea area. Seeing their miserable and tearful expressions and their soul-destroying looks, the Nanyan demons were relieved. They were so happy at this time. Perhaps as demons here, they have never had such a strong sense of pride and honor, which was impossible before. In this way, their respect for Huangzun has exceeded their fear of her. Awe is sometimes connected and both have deterrent power, but respect is more than fear, which will be healthier and will make Nanyan demon continent more united. At least Wu Yu saw that the eyes of all the demons around him were different. They gazed at Huangzun with great reverence. At this time, all of them came out of the water and knelt on the water. With someone taking the lead, everyone tried their best and shouted crazily, "Long live Huangzun, long live, long live." The king of the Nanyan Empire was born at this moment. Even the 6 demon lords were beside her at this time, kneeling on one knee and shouting with all the demons. This scene was still watched by the demons in the sea. Especially the storm demon emperor, who witnessed this scene with his own eyes. Thanks to your arrival, otherwise this major scene would not have been witnessed by anyone. Next, we need to trouble you to help us pass on the news. Tell the whole world of Yanfu that this is not the Nanyan demon continent, but the Nanyan Empire. Amid the shouts of countless demons, Huangzun was very satisfied and said to the Storm Demon Emperor. No one was convinced by Guangjiangguo, but everything that happened here would shock the whole world of Yanfu. Such a Nanyan Empire would have real deterrence. I believe that from today on, Huangzun will be a legend. Yes, we will definitely do it. Huangzun, goodbye. The Storm Demon Emperor. He didn't want to stay here for a moment. Didn't you say before that you would help us open the Heavenly Demon Emperor's palace? Huangzun asked with a smile. With Huangzun here, the Heavenly Demon Emperor's palace will definitely not be a problem. We don't need to meddle in it. We'll take our leave. The Storm Demon Emperor lowered his head, and at this moment he was extremely desolate, but Huangzun did not make things difficult for him. He asked him to withdraw from Nanyan Demon Continent with the Dead Sea Demons. The sea water that covered half of Nanyan Demon Continent only retreated at this time, allowing this place to see the light again. At this time, only Huangzun and her empire were left. Huangzun looked around. She was very satisfied with this moment. She first asked people to stand up, and then said, "From this moment on, the Nanyan Empire is officially established. Next, there will be some major changes to make this place a truly powerful empire, but before that, I want everyone to know someone." At this point, she waved to Nangongwei. Nangongwei had been waiting for this moment for a long time. She quickly flew to the side of Huangzun and leaned against him sweetly. Huangzun said, "This is my daughter, the only princess of the Nanyan Empire. Her name is Huang 11. Heaven Swallowing Record. Author, Fengqing Yang. Chapter 970. Huang 11. Wu Yu listened to her introduction, and before she said it, the name that flashed in his mind was of course Nangongwei. But when the name appeared from Huangzun's mouth, it turned out to be Huang 11. This difference caught Wu Yu off guard. He raised his head and looked at Nangongwei, who was extremely gorgeous at this moment. She didn't have any discomfort with the name. She stood next to the Phoenix Master very naturally, imitating the Phoenix Master, and looked at the demons of Nanyan Demon Continent majestically. Princess Huangzi. The demons originally remembered her as Nangongwei. This name came from the Black Blade Demon King. But that doesn't matter anymore. What's important is Huangzun's introduction. These 3 words Nangongwei will naturally be gradually forgotten, and people will only remember Princess Huang 11. I guess she just woke up last time and she still had some memories from the past. At least she remembered the name a little bit and told the son of the Black Blade Demon King. But now, she probably has forgotten even the name Nangongwei. Nanshan Wanjiao said. I can't even remember my own name. This sister is so pitiful, Yezixi said regretfully. Wu Yu's mood was a little complicated. He was not used to her new name, let alone her new identity as Princess Huang 11. However, he felt ridiculous. If she soared into the sky with such a name and identity, what right did he have to feel nostalgic? She herself is too lazy to be nostalgic. At this time, people looked respectfully at the young and charming Princess Huang 11, with their eyes full of envy. A flame bird demon who was chased by the Black Blade Demon King has now transformed into a sacred being in Nanyan Demon Continent. Everyone can only look up at it and dare not look directly at it. After Huangzun introduced Nangongwei, she stroked Nangongwei's head, her eyes were full of endearment, and at the same time she lightly opened her red lips and continued, "Now, our Nanyan Empire has just been established, and we have 3 major things to do. Please listen." "All right. Please give me orders from Lord Huang," the demons shouted. Huangzun said, "The first thing is to establish and promulgate laws and disciplines, build a country based on laws, set up jurisdiction areas, officials at all levels, divide the world, establish legions and garrison borders. All these make our Nanyan Demon Continent truly become a tyrannical demon-cultivating empire that no one dares to provoke. This is a long and arduous process that requires our concerted efforts." "Yes," the demons shouted, full of passion. "This is a necessary process, but since there are major immortal cultivating empires in the Yanhuang ancient region for reference, it is not very difficult. The second thing is to set up a national boundary formation around Nanyan Demon Continent to protect our country. This requires the efforts of countless generations, but as pioneers, we must create a prototype. This requires the Demon Lord and Demon Kings, help me. This is also an important process. After it is completed, whether it is a monk, a ghost cultivator, a demon from the sea, or other demons, they must obtain our permission to enter and exit our Nanyan Empire. It's no longer a place where anyone can set foot, let alone grab resources." Yes, regarding this point, the demons certainly agree. In Nanyan Demon Continent, most demons are too insecure. There are many outsiders coming, especially sea demons, who often raid coastal areas. Here, life is in ruins. The demons now looked at Huangzun with great respect, waiting for her to say the third important thing. Huangzun suddenly smiled at this time and said, "The third thing is what we have to do first. That is, open the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion. Use the proceeds from this to build our treasury, and use this Heavenly Demon Emperor's palace to build up our treasury. The Imperial Palace is our beginning." Finally got to the point. Huangzun's intention is very obvious: first open the Heavenly Demon Emperor's palace, and then promulgate laws and regulations and establish national boundaries. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion must be obtained quickly. Otherwise, the night will be long and the dreams will be many. After hearing the news, all the demons cheered. They came here just for the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion. Moreover, Huangzun said that the income from it will be used to build the national treasury. In other words, as long as there is meritorious service in the future, anyone can get the things inside. The demons ceded. Of course, they themselves also want to try their luck in entering the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion, and judging from the Phoenix Lord's intention, it seems that he agrees. Unexpectedly, Lord Huang added at this time, "There must be countless dangers in the Demon Emperor's mansion today. For the sake of your safety, I will let the 6 demon masters and I go in, and the rest will wait outside." Hearing this, the demons couldn't help but feel disappointed, but this was Huangzun's order, and they didn't dare to say more. Moreover, even if there is no Phoenix Lord, it is unlikely that the demon lords will let the idlers wait in. "Damn, we can't get in either." Nanshan Wanjia was very depressed. He had been staring at the Demon Emperor's mansion that day for a long time. "It's not certain whether she can break in," Wu Yu said. He felt that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's mansion was not that simple, and Huangzun might not be able to succeed. "Just watch." At this time, Huangzun took Nangongwei and the 6 demon masters into the ancient demon lake. The monsters made way for them to go straight in. Even though they could not go in, they looked at Huangzun with eyes full of respect. Many people use communication talismans to spread what happened here to their friends or some intelligence organizations. In fact, the news that Huangzun defeated the 8 lords of the Demon Sea and established the Nanyan Empire here is believed to have alerted the public. The whole world of Jambu. As expected, this news should be in full swing in the city of God. After all, Yanhuang City is the place with the best information. Wu Yu also followed some demons to the depths of the ancient demon lake and stayed on the side of the golden pupils. Here was the edge of the golden pupils. There were a large number of demons in front of him, and behind the golden pupils in the central position, Huangzun and others landed there. Huangzun, are you sure? In fact, none of the demon lords knew the situation now. Wu Yu vaguely heard the nine-headed phoenix asking. She used to be a symbol of fierceness and domineering, but now she looks much more well-behaved in front of the holy and noble Huangzun. Of course I am sure, otherwise how could I be confident? Nangongwei rolled her eyes at her and said proudly. Her current temper is indeed a bit arrogant, but the immortal demon lord didn't dare to provoke her, so he nodded quickly. 11 Respect the demon lords, they are the backbone of the Nanyan Empire, Huangzun said seriously. I know, Mother, Nangongwei said angrily. Princess Huang 11 has a true temperament, and with the protection of Huangzun, she will definitely become a true immortal in the future. The Black Gold Ant Queen and others praised her quickly. At this time, Huangzun had already landed on those golden eyes. It seemed that her attention was already focused on studying the heavenly demon emperor's mansion. Just like this, the demons quickly closed their mouths, held their breath, and worried about themselves. This disturbed the emperor of Nanyan demon continent. For a moment, in the originally peaceful ancient demon lake, the water was calm and there was no sound. Only the Phoenix Master was moving. Wu Yu, Nanshan Wanjiao, and the others only communicated secretly. To be honest, I think Nangongwei is a little too arrogant and not suitable for you, Nanshan Wanjiao commented. I just came here to make sure she was safe and whether she was suitable or not. I already knew it. I don't need to find out today, Wu Yu said. I see. When do you plan to leave? I think if you want to find out what's going on with the mother and daughter, it's unlikely for the time being. What he said was not unreasonable. There is a huge gap between strength and realm. Wu Yu is still too young. He thought for a while and said, we will wait and see. If there is really no hope of entering the heavenly demon emperor's mansion, let's go back to Yanhuang. At least, he estimated that Nangongwei would be fine normally, and even if there was trouble, it was now beyond his ability to help. Sure. I miss my friends in Chengdu, Nanshan Wanjiao chuckled, smiling a little wildly. You must miss those female monks, Yezixi rolled her eyes. Oh, you little girl knows quite a lot. While he was teasing, Wu Yu suddenly felt the entire ancient demon lake tremble. He immediately paid attention to the golden pupils at his feet, and then noticed some changes. The countless golden lines on those pupils suddenly started to shine. From dimness to brilliance, although the speed is not fast, it is definitely changing. This change causes the ancient demon lake to also change, as if the endless lake water has all turned golden. He looked at the Phoenix Lord in shock. At this time, the central position had been engulfed by golden light, and he could not see clearly. It seemed that the space was distorting at this moment, everyone became blurred, and the golden pupils at his feet became more and more shining. Wu Yu was also engulfed in this golden light, as if he had entered a golden ocean. I didn't expect that she could really crack it. And it was so fast. Wu Yu was a little surprised. He still slightly underestimated this Phoenix Lord. This kind of ability is indeed very powerful. These golden eyes are probably a huge magic circle, and she does not have the key to open it, which shows that her ability to crack the magic circle is also the best. The 6 demon lords have probably tried it before, but to no avail. Therefore, Wu Yu vaguely heard the exclamations of the demon masters, and he obviously admired the Phoenix Master very much. I believe that the respect for her in my heart will be higher. It was actually cracked. Did Huangzun enter? The demons stretched their heads to watch. They did not dare to move at this time. After the golden light engulfed everyone with golden eyes, everyone was submerged in the golden light, and there was not much that could be seen. Ah! Suddenly I heard an exclamation. Before Wu Yu could react, he felt the world spinning. At this moment, his first reaction was to grab Nanshan Wanjiao and Yezixi. Then, a huge suction force came from under his feet, instantly pulling them in. The golden ocean is sinking like an abyss. Wu Yu estimated that they had definitely entered the heavenly demon emperor's mansion at this time. It seems that although Huangzun has the ability to crack it, he has no ability to control the heavenly demon emperor's mansion.